let's get to Ukraine.
Nearly 1 year ago, I spoke at the Royal Castle here in Warsaw, just weeks after Vladimir Putin had unleashed his murderous assault on Ukraine, the largest land war in Europe since World War II had begun. And the principles that have been the cornerstone of peace, prosperity, and stability on this planet for more than 75 years were at risk of being shattered. 1 year ago, the world was bracing for the fall of Kyiv. Well, I just come from a visit to Kyiv, and I can report Kyiv stands strong. Kyiv stands proud.
Someone said big news for AIDS, though. 0 deaths. Technically, yes. Technically, you don't die from AIDS. You know? It's your immune system that falls apart. Technically.
It stands tall. And most important, it stands free. We're seeing again today what the people of Poland
Kyiv
and the people across Europe saw for decades. Appetites of the autocrat cannot be appeased. They must be opposed. Autocrats only understand one word: no, no, no. No, you will not take my country. No, you will not take my freedom. No, you will not take my future.
This is a funny take. The guy who just in Ukraine Zelensky, if China allies itself with Russia, there will be a world war. The guy who didn't bring his wallet saying, "Oh, get some wings," the loudest when people order a pizza. He's like, yeah, no, there will be it's literally like Poland saying that. You know what I mean? It's just like, come on, dog. Come on. You know what's happening here. Why are we acting like you guys have a say in this? Please. The Putin speech was fucking boring as fuck. By the way, I can't believe he hyped his speech up for weeks. Putin has fallen off dramatically. Okay. It brings me no pleasure to report as the number one Putin defender, of course, on the internet. He has fallen off so cataclysmically, I will say, with one exception, his train. That thing is a beauty, okay? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Apparently, he's like gotten extra scared over the recent months or whatever due to assassination. So he like now uses like this private train. It's so sick. The idea, like if I was a petty tyrant, I would do that. 100%. It's like one of those things that I would definitely do is like having an armored train just fucking going directly to my house. Now, what's really funny about that is I feel like a train is easier to intercept than a fucking plane, honestly. So I don't know why they think that is actually like solid. It is a must-see. No. It's actually fire. Hold on. I'll show you. Let me see. This is like the most pro-Putin thing out there, in my opinion. So Vladimir Putin is traveling around in an armored train because he's scared his plane could be shot down, according to this report. Now, what's funny about that is, like, aren't trains easier to intercept than a plane? Like, you're afraid of anti-aircraft munitions, but, like, also, you know, New York Post, really, Hasan? Well, the point of the story is not whether or not Putin is actually afraid. I just wanted to show you how cool the train is. And also, CNN also reported on this either. It's not just the New York Post. According to the investigative reporter, the Russian leader believes that traveling by train is safer and that nobody will know where he's going. That sounds kind of stupid because, you know, there's tracks, so I feel like everyone will know where he's going. The Dossier Center, which has uncovered Putin's purported new travel arrangements, is financed by the exiled Russian oligarch. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever. Who cares? With the war in Ukraine nearing its first anniversary, blah, blah. Okay. Give me details about the train, man. I don't care about the Wagner group and shit. Where the fuck? Okay, this article literally fucked me. Okay, I just got clickbaited into... Show me the train, damn it. I want to see the fucking train. It's sick. Russians have conspiracy theories about how Putin having many clones, and I've heard them say this is one of his fake clones that travels by train. Oh. You called us a while ago? Of course. I mean, we knew that this was going to happen. Yes. Jen Psaki, the former White House press secretary, will start hosting a weekly MSNBC talk show. Inside with Jen Psaki will air Sundays at noon, vying for the same weekend clout as political mainstays like Meet the Press and Face the Nation. Yeah, I don't care about this. He saw the Trump-Obama Modern Warfare 2 AI and is wondering why he wasn't invited to play. You can put way thicker armor plates on a train. Okay, this is annoying. I want to see the fucking train. I want to see the inside of the train. Reporter says Putin is now traveling by armored train. Here why.
And we have a new report tonight from the Dossier Center. It's an investigative group that tracks criminal activity associated with the Kremlin. It says that since the start of the invasion, Vladimir Putin has, for the most part, stopped using his private airplane. You see it there, right? He used to do it. You know, the whole head of state walked down the stairs. No, now this is his preferred mode of transportation. According to the Dossier Group, which is run by Mikhail Khodorkovsky, an opposition leader, Putin is traveling mostly in this armored train, equipped with a special communication system.
Yeah. The funniest part about the special communication system is that it's like literally a rotary phone, no? Bro, this is giving World War I, straight up. This is literally World War I, dude. This is straight up World War I. Having leaders sit together in this like cramped ass fucking car and oh my God, it's so sick. Oh, I love this shit. Yo, oh fuck. I wish this was in English. God damn it. Oh, come on. Fuck. I wish this was in English. God damn it. Why is there not a sick ass fucking video like this, but in English? Secret railway built for Putin in Russia?
Secret railway was built for Putin in Russia. A secret railway and a network of stations leading to his residences were built in Russia for Vladimir Putin, the president of the aggressor country. Earlier, it was reported that Putin had started traveling around the country on his armored train. Projekt investigative media outlet writes about it. All of Vladimir Putin's main residences have been connected to railway lines, and secret stations have been built nearby, as the project has found out. This confirms the reports of the Dossier Center that the head of state has recently begun.
The thing that I don't understand is, like, how do you hide train tracks? Like at least with a plane, there's a degree of maneuverability. Whereas with fucking trains, it's like, you're pretty limited, dog. You're limited to the tracks. I don't understand why they keep saying that. Like, I don't get that.
To use the train more often than the plane. The media outlet has found out at least 3 locations that may be associated with Putin's secret railway service, in particular on the territory of the Valdesky National Park. There is a guarded railway station with a helipad near the village of Dolgie Borodi, the nearest settlement to Putin's favorite Valde residence. 3 local residents told the media outlet that the station and the special railway line to it were built only for the president. In addition, according to satellite images, the station in Novo Ogaryovo appeared in 2015 and is located 400 meters from Putin's residence in Moscow Oblast. The land under the station was withdrawn from private ownership in favor of the Federal Guard Service by the decision of the then Russian Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev. The special station itself is designed for a small number of cars and is hidden behind a high fence with surveillance cameras installed every 10 meters. To stop the train near the Sochi residence, Bokarov Ruche, a platform and a new dead-end railway line appeared in 2017, hidden from the tracks used by electric trains by a high fence. The president's special train has repeatedly been caught on camera.
Wow, impossible to intercept. The fuck? There's no way. There's got to be more to this, dude. There's no fucking way. Literally 80% of Russia's GDP went into building this? No, I don't believe that this is like... I don't believe this. Because, like... There's no fucking shot. Like, this makes no sense. This, if anything, it makes it infinitely easier to like intercept. You know what I mean?
Camera by the train spotters and railway workers. For example, in November 2018 or April 2020, according to the former driver with whom the project spoke, Putin's armored train is based in a depot at the Moscow Kalanchiovskaya railway station with a closed terminal for VIPs. This special station is still functioning, and the high fence surrounding it is additionally reinforced with barbed.
So what, like the marker, the telltale sign of the fucking train is that little, like, that thing on top of it for communications? Is that how you figure it out?
In 2017, a new highway was laid directly to the platform of the VIP terminal on Kalanchiovskaya. The president's special train belongs to the Grand Service Express Company, which was associated with Putin's close friend Yuri Kovalchuk. On the 13th of February, the Dossier Center reported that Vladimir Putin has been increasingly using an armored train for long-distance trips to his residences, which he switched to in the spring of 2021. In December...
Yeah, I don't know about this. It's just as easy as tracking a plane, but if someone shoots you, it's far more survivable. But it's also easier to intercept. It's literally easier to fucking intercept than it is to... I don't know. I think it's dumb.
Why the train? Well, earlier, I spoke to Ilya Rostovsky, a reporter with the Dossier Center, and he told me that the Russian president is afraid.
The psychological reason of using this train is that he's scared. He is scared that he can be tracked, that his plane can be tracked, and that his plane can be shot down by NATO air forces or by the air forces of Ukraine, or by some kind of a missile that hit Crimean Bridge, or anything like this can happen. So he's scared, and he believes that it is a more secure way to travel, that nobody will know where he is going, nobody will understand.
Guys, the reason why I say it's easier to intercept is because you don't actually have to hit the fucking train. Do you understand? Like, you don't have to actually hit the train to actually take the train. That's what I'm saying. It's on fucking rails. Yes, sure, you can survive a bombing attempt on a train. It has better protection. But it also, I feel like it has a lot of cons. Because you don't, the tracks are always there. They have to always be there. Trains don't derail often. Yes, they do. You are so wrong. Trains definitely derail. Like, all the time. What are you talking about? Like 3 a day, actually, in the United States of America. And as far as our track record goes, that's like very low in comparison to what it used to look like.
Understand that he's inside this train.
No one will know because Rostovsky says it looks like a normal passenger train. That gray with the red stripe, that's the Russian passenger train. Make no mistake, though, this particular train is not like the others.
There are like 3 locomotives. Putin's train has 3 of them because it's really heavy. It's armored, and so it's heavy, and it needs more locomotives. This train, it has some kind of special equipment for special communications. He wants to communicate securely. He needs some special lines to communicate with his prime minister and other officials, and to be sure that he's not listened by some foreign intelligence. And you can see part of this equipment on the roof of the cars.
You can see part of it from the roof, and it's heavy. It's armored, so it takes 3 locomotives to transport it, not just 1.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ready for anything.
I don't know. Anyway, we nerded out over the Vladimir Putin train. Let's get back to Ukraine, though.
And I'll repeat tonight what I said last year in the same place. A dictator bent on rebuilding an empire will never be able to ease the people's love of liberty. Brutality will never grind down the will of the free. And Ukraine will never be a victory for Russia. Never.
He said, yeah, Ukraine will never be a victory for Russia, reaffirming the support. And then Vladimir Putin, Pooty Poo, also had a very mid-ass speech about how, like, the West is coming after us. The West is, everyone's against you because, people are mean to J.K. Rowling. Transphobia is cool. I'm kidding. He didn't say that stuff. He had said that stuff in the past, but not this time around. Let's take a look.
This address, I'm speaking in a complicated and frontier time for our country during the period of drastic and irreversible changes in the entire world. Most important historic events that determine the future of our country and our people. When each of us is liable.
He said the West has a problem with gender neutralism. That's so funny. That's so good, dude. It's like, bro, how about you fucking worry about, like, I don't know, taking yet another town that you got fucking owned on that is, like, completely destroyed at this point. It's just mud and water. And this motherfucker can't even utilize his entire economy and his resources on taking back fucking towns that he was supposed to take over. And he's over here talking about gender neutral shit. Worry about your own shit, dumbass. Worry about your own shit. You can't even literally take down fucking rubble, dog. The fuck? It's so silly. It's like, oh, yes. Ukraine and their they-them military. Suka blyat.
Is bound by huge responsibility. A year ago, in order to defend our historical lands, to ensure security of our country, to liquidate the threat that came from the neo-Nazi regime that set up in Ukraine after 2014.
The craziest part about this, and I do think that what Biden did was kind of fucking dumb. Biden should have went to Ohio first. Not that it's like a super big situation. Obviously, it's like very commonplace. Derailments and that kind of waste is very commonplace in the United States of America. Like way more common than you think. But the fact that the Democratic Party has completely given up on anything happening domestically, and then Biden going to fucking Ukraine while Donald Trump goes to Ohio actually sets a awful fucking narrative that the Republicans, who don't give a shit about war and will totally keep arming Ukraine and arm everybody else, will weaponize. The optics of that is so abysmal. Like, it blows my mind. It blows my fucking mind. Go to Ukraine. That's fine. But go after you went to Ohio first or some shit, dog. What the fuck are you doing? Kyiv trip was planned months in advance, Stanley. I don't give a fuck. What do you mean? You can't. Brother, Ohio is in your fucking backyard. You couldn't, like, make one stop? Like, even if you're going to go to Kyiv, that's fine. But, like, you couldn't go to Ohio once? Let's be honest. He will instantly die the second he steps foot in Ohio. It's true, probably. That shit is crazy to me. That is crazy to me. He did multiple stops. He did multiple stops in Middle America. And never actually even, like, just went over there to be like, oh, we're going to do everything we can to stop this deregulation, Jack. You know what I mean? It's been a fucking month. Like, you could have gone to Ohio on accident in that process. He's the president. He's busy and shit. Man, shut up. That's fucking bullshit, okay? It's optics. Do you not want to fucking win? I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why do people think that Ukraine is Nazi? I keep hearing this, but evidence always seems sus. People think that because of the Azov battalion and also Ukrainian nationalism's, unfortunate history with ties to the likes of Bandera and its heavy promotion. That's why people say that. That is not a reason for Vladimir Putin to invade Ukraine. That's not an adequate justification. It's bullshit. They use it as propaganda. It doesn't matter. If anything, Vladimir Putin has done the best job of like galvanizing some of the most nationalistic elements within Ukraine more than what America could ever do. Okay? Anyway, Governor DeWine literally told him, no, bro, you're the president. What the fuck do you mean? Okay, anyway. It's so dumb. The idea that like Ohio government declining aid and didn't declare emergency, like then use it. Use it as a talking point to be like, I want to go to Ohio. Why is Governor DeWine saying I can't go? One thing that Donald Trump did very well was communicate to the American people from the bully pulpit. If he didn't like something that a fucking governor was doing, he would just go on TV and be like, it's really fucked up. It's a serious problem that the online far right is actively signal boosting the East Palestine disaster for several reasons. One, given the mainstream media's general lack of interest in the story and the silence of the federal government, I think it means that far right media are filling a reporting vacuum. Two, it means that it will be much more difficult to parse out information about just what the hell's going on, since claims from far right sources obviously need to be treated with extreme skepticism. Three, it risks running the ecological disaster into a negative polarization dynamic where liberals downplay the severity of the disaster because of far right amplification and because the entire story is absolutely terrible for the Biden administration. But it's not. This story is not supposed to be terrible for the Biden administration. This is a perfect story for the Biden administration to literally point to the Trump administration and be like, this is a deregulation that they put in place, okay? And this ultimately happened because of deregulation, and we should be doing everything in our power to fucking make sure that these goddamn railroad, the goddamn railroad industry is up to task and is competitive with the fucking rest of the planet, with the rest of the developed world. And that's really frustrating. It's really, really fucking annoying watching this. It's really, really annoying watching this. It is a gigantic permanent L. Yet another L. Biden looks bad because he shut down the union protests and then this happened. Brother, that Biden looks bad to us. Biden looks bad to the thousands of railroad workers that are in unions. But nobody gives a fuck about the unions in America, okay? This community sees that and recognizes that and gets mad. But you think fucking liberals give a shit? You think the average normies give a shit about the union demands made? No, they don't fucking know about that. They don't even care. No one gives a shit, unfortunately, which they should. What I'm talking about isn't even from a leftist perspective. What I'm talking about isn't from a socialist perspective. What I'm talking about is an argument that Democratic consultants should be making, okay? Like liberals within the Democratic Party that get paid by the Democratic Party should be constantly talking about the top of the hour ad break, which comes at the top of the hour and sometimes 13 minutes in to the top of the hour. And tell people that if you no longer want to see those ads, okay, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with Twitch Prime. By connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, you get one free Prime subscription a month. You can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky. Every time we ask Biden or his cabinet to do their job, they scream, stop feeding right-wing rhetoric. We are not even allowed to hold them accountable. Yeah, I mean, it's like the Russia shit. You know what I mean? If you bring up like objectively correct things that are happening, okay, even if you're not pro-Russia, but you bring up something that's like objectively correct that's happening in Ukraine, people will be like, that's Kremlin propaganda, sweetie. Democrats do that for everything, not even just Ukraine. They literally will be like, ooh, you're feeding into the Kremlin narrative every single time you bring up something that's happening in America. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Fuck the Kremlin. Okay? The Russian government can suck my dick from the back, okay? They suck. They can't even fucking take over Ukraine. What are we talking about? Look at the mighty USSR. Look at where it is now. You know what I mean? They built the fucking country. They can't even take it over. Get the fuck out of here. They got nothing. Anyway, I forgot. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Eternal O2, thank you for the 10 gifted subs.